Hey everybody, it's Shaniqua, aka Gemini Curls, and today I want to Hey everybody, it's Shaniqua, aka Gemini Curls, and today I want to share with you 7 tips that can help you to find a great hairstylist for your natural hair. Tip number 1 is to look for a portfolio. Nowadays, it is really easy to reach potential stylists online before you've even called the salon, so use resources like Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, etc. to see what their body of work looks like. Do the majority of their clients go in to have weaves installed and get their hair flat ironed? Does it look like you would be attracted to some of their most popular styles? Do their clients have a variety of hair length and textures, or does it seem kind of stagnant across the board? This is going to tell you whether or not the stylist can truly work with your hair and whether or not he or she is likely to prioritize health over look. Tip number 2 is to schedule a consultation first. When you think you've found a stylist online that you could be comfortable going to, don't immediately call to have an appointment made to have your hair done. What you see online isn't always going to accurately reflect what they can do in person, because you never know if maybe a salon assistant or another stylist actually helped to complete those styles. So when you call, ask if the salon does consultation appointments and make sure that you are very clear about what you mean by a consultation. Some salons will tell their receptionist to just say yes to any question that someone on the phone asks in the hopes that they can fill their calendar. That's actually happened to me before, and it's very disappointing. So be very specific. Make sure the person that's scheduling you knows that you want to block out a short amount of time, maybe 15 or 30 minutes, that you can just talk to the stylist to see if they could be a potential long-term fit for you. Most salons will do consultations for free, but some might ask you to pay a small fee, so just be prepared for that. Tip number 3 is to be polite. Nobody likes to deal with rude or entitled people, whether you're the one at work or not. No one likes that, so don't be that customer. If you've had bad experiences with stylists before, don't take it out on a potential new one before you've had a chance to get to know them and actually see the quality of their work. Think about meeting a new stylist as a process you're taking to make a new friend that you can always be honest with. Tip number 4 is to interview your potential stylist as if they're looking for a job. I know that might sound kind of funny, but if you think about it, when you find a good stylist, they're someone that you want to keep for years and years and years. So whenever you have a hair emergency or you just need to get your hair done, you know who you can call. So keep that in mind while you're talking and make your hair goals and concerns very clear right off the bat. Once you've gotten your introductions out of the way, I think a really good first question is just to ask them how they feel about natural hair. You'll be able to really instantly tell whether or not they're being genuine with you in their answer, or if they're just kind of telling you what they think that you want to hear so that they can get them coins. If they give you a satisfactory answer, then let them know your hair goals, your hair concerns, whether or not you're dealing with some damage, if you're interested in color, anything you struggle to do yourself at home, whatever is most important to you and your hair journey. If they seem like they can handle that or they're willing to work with you and learn, then move on to the next tip. So tip number 5 is to come to your consultation/interview with your hair naked if possible. Ask them to touch your hair and to tell you how they would go about detangling it. That's very important. Most cosmetology schools are kind of behind the times, so your average cosmetologist doesn't have specific training in how to deal with our hair texture, besides straightening it. Nowadays, most stylists have to seek secondary education in order to stay up on the current techniques and best practices for working with natural hair clients. So while they're touching your hair, pay attention to whether or not they're moving too fast, if you're hearing any strands breaking, and especially pay attention to their facial expression. Let that help you decide if you'd be comfortable going to this person on a regular basis or not. Tip number 6 is to see if they ask you questions. A sign of a good stylist is when they have questions for you just like you have questions for them. We're not just looking for someone who can make our hair look good. We're looking for someone with professional training who can help us to keep our hair healthy while we work toward our hair goals. 9 times out of 10, stylists who only care about the final look of your hair won't think to ask you any questions about your hair habits because they just want to get you in and out of their chair as quickly as possible. Someone who cares about whether or not your hair is healthy is going to want to know what you're doing to your hair in between salon visits. So they should be asking you what kind of products you use, how often you're cleansing, if you do any kind of deep conditioning, things like that. If their only question for you is what you haven't done today, walk away. So my 7th and final tip is to be ready to drop them coins, girl. Natural hair takes a lot of time and patience to do correctly. So most stylists are going to charge a little bit more for that. So don't look for somebody with bottom dollar prices because you're going to get bottom dollar results. When I was relaxed, I could get my hair shampooed, conditioned, roller set, and flat ironed for about 40 bucks, maybe 60 if I was getting a relaxer type. Now, if I go to a hair salon, I'm expecting to pay somewhere around $120, maybe $130, depending on what I'm having done. And obviously those prices are gonna vary depending on where you live. I know that might seem unfair to have more charged for your hair in its natural state, but that's just kind of how the game is. And personally, I'd rather go to someone that I trust to treat me and my hair with respect than someone who won't charge as much and risk them messing up my hair. Always remember, it takes years to cultivate a healthy head of hair if you're starting from scratch. But it only takes one bad styling session to undo all of that. So don't take unnecessary risk with your hair by being cheap. Okay guys, so I hope my list of stylist finding tips was helpful for you. I came up with them after I went to a stylist and she ripped my hair out, so I wanted to do something to make sure that my experience wasn't your experience. But I just want to remind you that if healthy, growing hair is your goal, the best stylist in the world can't just hand that to you on a silver platter. Good hair is made between salon visits. Your hair is your responsibility. So think of a stylist as someone with professional training who can help you instead of someone who's just going to do all of the work for you. You can also buy my book, The Easy Natural Hair Guide, if you need help learning how to take care of your hair at home in between salon visits. A link for that will be in the description below this video. And as always, if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, or concerns, leave them in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do hope that this helped you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight.